the next thing we want to do is to start adding a rendering for the sconces. So after creating those two layers for the light effect, I'm just going to click here and add another layer. That's going to be the layer for rendering the shade of the wall sconce itself. So to do that, I'm going to click here on the select button. And this time I'm going to select the rectangle selection. And I'm going to zoom in. And then I'm going to click and drag like this. Okay, so I created a selection around the shade. And then after that, I can also kind of take this and duplicate it if I want to. So sometimes I actually like to make some variation in the way that this is displayed to add to the selection. So if I want to create this and this at the same time, I can click here on the add selection. And I'm going to click here and drag like that. So I can actually create that effect or add the effect to the two wall sconces at the same time. Now I'm going to click here on the airbrush, all right, and I'm going to select this color here that we selected originally for the gradient of the light effect. So I'm clicking on that same color using the airbrush. Now the airbrush property, if I click here and then I click here again, the airbrush properties are displayed. And what I will do is that I'm just going to hover over the areas above here and the areas below, all right, and just start to add this effect here. Okay, and I'm going to also hover over or add some lighting effect on the side. Now I'm going to click on the yellow that we selected, and then in the middle, I'm going to start to add that like this. Okay, so same again, clicking here, all right, on the orange and adding this, and I'm just clicking several times with my mouse to add that. Okay, and then on the side and on the side again like this, and then selecting the yellow, and then in the inside I'm just going to click here several times. Okay, like that. Now if I want to add an interesting effect to the glass itself, assuming that this is glass, or assuming that is even made of a material that can introduce some glow effect, I can do that using another tool or a different tool. I'm going to click here on this button here. When I click on the button, I can see that I have an extended brush library. And if you click here and scroll down, you're going to find that you have something here called the glow effect, right? So this glow effect does have some effects that you can introduce to your rendering. So if I clicked here, for example, on that tool, which is the glow wispy tool, and I clicked here, you can see that it kind of add an effect of having a bulb inside. Okay, so I'm going to click on Control Z to undo that several times. And if I clicked here, for example, on the Whisper 2, and then I started to click inside multiple times, you're going to see how this unfolds. I'm just going to click once, and I'm going to click once again, and this is how it's going to be displayed. I can do this also here. All right, I might also make the size bigger. So this is the effect that I will get, which is somehow mimicking if an effect of glass and light shining through it if you like. Okay, you can definitely make this effect less. So if I go to the normal tab and then make this multiply, you can see how it looks like. Or you can go to normal and make this about 50 the opacity, okay, to light it up, or maybe 80. Okay, and you can try with different ones. You can try with the glow tool, okay, and you can, for example, try to see how it's going to look like. So this is maybe giving the effect of the bulb, but maybe is a smaller size, like this. Okay, and notice that this is actually the type is that you're using this according to glow setting. Okay, so it's actually up to you. I made the flow almost 1%, and if you want to do this, it's it's up to you what to choose. But what I liked to choose here is that glow wispy effect, or the because it does give a nice touch to it. And again, I chose to make this 100 or 80. I guess 80 was working well, or 100. It's totally up to you what you want to do with it. Now, if you want to click on control, if you want to deselect after creating the effect that you wanted, you can basically go here to deselect or click on Control D.